Joey B, we're really doing another interview.
We really are.
Hello?
Hello.
Hey, guys.
Why you play the video?
Why you play the video?
Why?
What's going on right now? Are we frozen?
I don't know.
Why you play the video?
No, we're not.
Everything
we're not
just
frozen.
glitched on me.
Well, yeah, that's because you played a video.
Well, I played it and then it wasn't playing. So then I clicked it.
No, it was
again,
playing.
And then it's not playing. It was?
It
I
was
didn't
playing.
see anything. It was glitching on my end. Sorry, guys. You want me to play it real quick?
I mean, it's up to you.
All right. This is
You
a
ruined
fluke.
it.
Sorry, guys.
Joey B, we're really doing another interview.
We really are.
Probably our last one before you kick the bucket, you old son of a bitch. You were born in 1942. Like, how old does that even make you?
I can't even say how old I am. It's hard for me to get out of my mouth.
I don't even know what that means. I don't even think you know what that means. But it makes you 81 years old, which makes you older than dirt. Is that why Pelosi and Obama are trying to bury you?
That's what they said to me.
I thought so. So you talk a lot about democracy.
Look at me.
Why, are you the captain now?
Look at me, Dad.
I'm not your dad.
Give me your word as a Biden.
I'm not a Biden, I'm an Oshana.
Give me your word.
I think we're losing him, guys.
Give me your word.
He's glitching. Okay, Joe, last question. It's almost 5 p.m. I know you have to get in your jammies so you can go night-night. How do you feel about all the assassination attempts on the big bad Donald Trump?
That's what democracy's about.
What are you even saying?
That's who we are as a nation.
Why are you whispering?
Look at me, Dad.
Okay, we're done.
There we go.
It's always my fault. Off to
Well,
a great start.
that one was your fault. That
It
one
was.
actually was
Entirely your fault.
That wasn't
No.
me. That wasn't Demi. That wasn't Shell. That was you.
It was me.
That was
What's
you.
up, guys?
So you
How
said
you
it
guys
what
doing?
glitched? It glitched.
Yeah, I didn't see that the video was playing on my end. And then it didn't help because I had the YouTube video from earlier that I popped up going off in the background. So it was like, I'm hearing two different things. I didn't see that the video was playing. So it's a weird thing that I was going through, but we're good. We're back.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome
Yup.
to Insanity Developing Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Tactical Turtleneck. Dalton.
I'm Dalton. I'm the other host, I guess. Yeah, Demi.
Demi.
Hi, I'm Dimmy. What's up?
I. I mean,
Great
I
episode
figured
so
if we're
far.
if we're already getting at 25%, I might as well go full retard. So that's just my thoughts.
Yeah, might as well. I figured we already kind of started off with a little bit of insanity. Might as well just kick it up a notch.
Well, I mean, my going live tweet for this was I'm talking about Mormon sluts. So
yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
you can't get much better than that. We will be, by the way, because that's an actual thing. I wasn't kidding. It's Mormon hot wives.
Mormon hot wives.
Mormon hot wives. Yeah.
I know nothing about this story, so
Well, I know all. It's okay. It's okay, bud. I've got it covered. But it really
All
depends
right.
on where we want to start. So, do we want to start with politics or do we want to start with Mormon slut wives?
yeah, let's do culture first. Let's do
Yeah,
culture
let's
first.
get culture out of the way.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to pull up the article. Give me a second. Just so I could share it with everybody. I got to share it.
He's got a fancy article to go with it. Nice.
Dude. Yeah, it's a Mormon swingers club. It's a scandal, which is really funny because there's a TV show about Mormons and like Mormon wives or something. And this apparently is kind of fucking with them. So here we go, everybody. Hello. Inside a Mormon swinging scandal, new docuseries showcases mom talk influencer drama. So apparently Hulu has a show called The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And for anybody who doesn't know, Mormons are like super Christian. They do a thing called soaking, which is where you lay down with your loved one and you put it in, but you don't move back and forth. So no humping. But if it's in, it's okay because Jesus says so. So with this, apparently the group of mothers, the mom talkers, I guess, especially its main creator, Taylor Frankie Paul, announced that she and her husband were going to be getting a divorce, which, mind you, I don't believe is actually allowed in Mormonism. It's very frowned upon.
I don't believe it's allowed at all in Mormonism.
I think that there are different sects of Mormonism, one that does kind of allow it, one that doesn't. I don't know which sect they're a part of, but they had an open relationship and she had violated the terms. So she's a whore. Now, the arrangement was soft swinging. So several couples in her friend group were doing the same, saying that they were allowed to do everything, okay, aside from going all the way, and they had to be present for it. So I want you all to understand that Mormonism is falling on hard times, guys. And when I say hard times, I mean literally. So first off, I would like to say this one's somewhat bangable right here. I don't know which one this one is over here, but
it looks like an entire image of the cheerleader effect. Like,
it kind of does. But I think this is Jennifer Affleck is the one that I said is bangable. So they had their swinging arrangement in 2022, explaining to millions of followers that she and her then husband, Tate Paul, had agreed that they could be intimate with other members of their swingers group as long as both were present and neither went all the way. So my question is knowing that Mormons allow soaking, does that count as all the way? Just soaking, because if they don't count soaking as like a violation, like to like sex before marriage, is soaking a violation here?
This is a very confusing topic.
This is a great topic. It's great.
I'm going to go with,
man.
On the one hand, no, following the same rules that they've already established. Unless, of course, they then count it as, in which case they knowingly are violating their own rules.
Yes. So the way I see it is like, if soaking is not a violation pre-marriage, then it wouldn't be considered a violation post-marriage.
Yeah.
In my mind. But also, apparently, she stepped outside of the agreement, and I did that. Look at that. She admits to being a whore. So Mormon whores exist. I want everybody to understand this because there's TikTok accounts and there's like these YouTube accounts where they won't even cuss. They'll say, like, if you ask them, what's your favorite alcohol? They'll be like, Jesus Christ. And then they're whores. There are whores in Mormonism. And it just made me so excited. Statement. It is such because it's so confusing and it's so exciting for me because it's like, there's no such thing as perfection. So, but they never offered the name of any other swingers, but suddenly her influencer friends in the wider community of Mormon mom talkers were fielding assumptions that they too were involved, even though most were not. So not only, well, here's the thing. They said that it was within their friend group. So I'm guessing it's some of these people here, right?
I mean, I could see every one of those being somebody that refuses to talk to their husband about things that they have issues with in a relationship, and so instead decides to cheat or swing.
Yeah. Now, my question goes for the community here. Would you guys soak with a Mormon wife?
Absolutely not.
You wouldn't?
No.
What's your reasoning for not?
I don't want to wear the underwear.
You don't have to wear the underwear. No, you could just go. You could put it in and just sit there.
This feels like a level of don't stick your dick in crazy.
I love it. We're starting off with putting our dicks in a Mormon. That's such a great way to start this show.
Like, there's the ones that are going to set your house on fire, and then there's the Mormons, and somehow I think that's worse.
Yeah. I actually feel like Mormons are like, here's the thing. I remember when Book of Mormon came out, right? And they were actually like really cool about their religion kind of being the butt of the joke, to the point where they even were advertising in the pamphlet saying, hey, you know, so Mormons to me have always kind of been that, like, we're like very pious, we're very pure. And it's just it's actually like a relief to see that they're fucking human. Yeah. Because I feel like there are people who try to present themselves as like this beacon of perfection. And it brings to light that there is no such thing as absolute perfection. There's no such thing as like people that are so devout that they are like holier than thou. It doesn't exist. Humans are humans, and it's good to see. So I might call her a slut, but at the same time, it's like I'm kind of happy.
Humanistic act.
Yeah, it's like you're human. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Now, mind you, don't be doing this stuff unless like your agreement. Like, here's the thing. I don't know about you guys. I am a believer that you should be able to take on more than one wife in the United States. I don't know how either about
full consent about it. I don't give a shit.
I mean, personally, I'm more traditional, but again, I live and let live. I don't care what other people do.
That's the thing is like, I personally am more traditional, but like as long as everybody consents, I do not give a damn.
That's fair. Yeah. So the way I see it is like none of this on its face is something that I think that they should be treated any differently for. If they have an agreement, whatever, that's them.
Yep.
But the reason that I wanted to bring it up is because, first off, the fact that it's a scandal is hilarious. But as I said,
the fact that we have scandals about the Mormons and it's not them killing people for once.
So the fact that there's a scandal about the Mormons and it has nothing to do with the religion itself, but more to do with them actually being human for once. It's like if there was an Amish scandal and it's like the man used a Samsung Galaxy, to order pizza. Can you believe it? It's that's the equivalent of this to me. It's like is that level of like this pious bullshit. Which, mind you, like, here's the thing. If you have your faith or whatever and it dictates how you live, that's perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm. But
at the same time, there's a difference between your own internalized faith and then you saying that is the only way or that is the way that... I hate those judgmental pricks that are like, oh, well, if you don't believe in the salvation of what I believe, then you're going to hell. It's like, yeah, there are 800 different fork and forms of your religion.
Oh, yeah.
Which one's right? Yours, specifically? The way you practice it?
Right.
So, every one of your different pieces all says that you're all correct. So which one's the right answer here?
Yeah. So it's like I don't like people like that. It's like I'm a firm believer that people have their faith and that's a beautiful thing. But when it becomes to the point where people use that as like a metric or a justification of like what they consider just or unjust, it's like, no, you can screw off with that shit. And that's kind of how I feel about a lot of Mormons is like a lot of Mormons were very, oh no, that's not with our faith, whatever. It's like this holier than thou, we're better than you. And it just is so fucking good to see that they're actually human beings.
Yep.
Oh, it makes me so happy. But another reason I wanted to bring it up is just because societal self-reflection. Never ever attempt perfection, y'all. It doesn't work. Utopias don't exist even in the human heart. Wait, what it was? This fucking Mormon pussy is like morning pussy. It's been marinating all night. Oh God, Jesus Christ. Hey, Dalton, is 25% good enough or?
Yeah, I was just considering bumping it up for a moment.
I think
already we're not even 20 minutes in, and we're already at 50.
That's pretty good. I'm kind of proud of that. Okay, starting it off strong with Mormon pussy.
I guess,
or what I would like to call a pussy gate.
I was gonna say our next topic, though.
Yeah.
Hezbollah.
Oh, yeah. Well, the Hezbollah.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, okay. Well, do you want me to start this, or would you like to take the reins on this?
I was gonna play some videos. However, two things. I think my internet is kind of crapping out on me right now because it's kind of lagging on my end sometimes. And then two, I don't know if YouTube will appreciate us showing some of the videos that I've seen. So
of the people blowing up, YouTube has a problem with that. They nuked me on my channel.
Yeah,
they age restricted me and nuked me, dude. Don't show it.
Okay, yeah. So then we'll just talk about it, and you guys have to use your imagination.
We'll talk. So I'll start it off. So for anybody who doesn't know, Hezbollah is a terrorist organization. Israel is a country. Israel has this wonderful group of people called Mossad. Mossad is very, 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 very good about doing some really fucky shit. And one of the
Yeah.
funny shits that they did, they're worse than the
Yeah.
CIA. They're
Yeah, I
like
was
the
gonna say,
CIA.
they're like the CIA, but they're their own thing.
They're their own thing. They're like the hyper militant CIA is what I would call them. They're military CIA. And so they intercepted pagers because Hezbollah had gone away from cell phones. And the reason they went away from cell phones is because their cell phones were getting hijacked, hacked, and booby trapped.
So they wanted to go towards a more passive technology.
Low tech technology.
Yep.
Which
just makes it easier for you to fucking intercept. I'm not sure they understand that.
They ordered pagers from Taiwan, which is a U.S. and Israeli ally, who then intercepted the pagers, put a small charge in all of the pagers, which then blew up. Now, you would think that that's it, because that was it when I made my video. But no. So then these motherfuckers said, oh, Durka, the pagers aren't working. They're blowing us up. Get the walkie-talkies, Ahmed. So they get the walkie-talkies, which also fucking blow up because they were also booby-trapped with explosive material in them. And then they said, cool, we can't touch those. Hey, I'm going to go change my AC because it's kind of hot in here. So they go up to their solar panel in their house and that explodes. So I want you
No. This is no longer Mossad. They have angered a genie.
They have to have. There's a djinn out there that is pissed the fuck off, man, because it is
from Borderlands is just blowing shit up.
Here's the thing: is Israel, when the pager thing first happened, they were of course asked about it, and they said, "Oh, we have no comment at this time." Once the walkie-talkies and the solar panels and the AC units and all those things started exploding, they were like, "Yeah, that was us," and it's just like, Jesus fuck!
Like, they were just waiting for the aftermath. They were just waiting for wait, let it cook.
But here's the problem that I see with it, and it's a problem that a lot of people I think failed to grasp in my video. Is the inherent danger of this is if Mossad can do this, that means any other country can do this, which means that anything you have that comes via supply chain can apparently very easily,
get intercepted
with no detection, be intercepted and turned into a bomb. That's not a good precedent to set.
So anyway, I'm gonna go take apart every appliance I own.
Well, speaking of taking apart things, that's actually that's the reason why they had to detonate it when they had to detonate it, is because they were actually waiting for it to go off when Hezbollah did their attack on Israel and everything.
Yeah.
And because a couple of the Hezbollah people started actually figuring out, hey, something's not right about this, and they started opening up their pagers. They had no choice. It was either now or never, and they did it. And then they also identified literally everybody within that network, because everybody who went to the hospital injured.
Well, so yes and no. Yes and no.
There are
because,
a couple innocents. Yes.
Well, no, it was a lot of innocent. That's the issue, is because so when they decided to detonate it, and this is another point because people got all pissy with me in the fucking comments.
During the height of everybody going out and doing grocery
shopping and shit like that. And these things blow shrapnel everywhere. Yeah. And there was, I believe, a 9 or 10-year-old child that was killed because of this, and many other people had serious injuries, and they weren't the ones with the pagers. It was just somebody next to them, because it's a crowded country. It's like doing it in India. Everybody's fucking, ass to dick. There's no room. Yeah. So that's the issue that I saw with it. It's like, okay, well, two things can be true at once. Hezbollah can all deserve to fucking die because terrorists, but also doing that in a place where so many non-Hezbollah are right next to these things is a fucked up thing to do. You know, like I understand the need for it. I understand the casualty of war, but at the same time, you could still acknowledge something's fucked up.
I mean, they took out like 4,000 people just right off the playing field by doing that.
They didn't kill them. Not all of them.
I'm not saying they killed them. I'm not saying that they killed them. I'm just saying they took them out. Like they are not in fighting shape right now. If they wanted to do a thing tomorrow, they couldn't.
Well, did you see that they had a Hezbollah scooter show of force? I'm not kidding.
No, I did not see that.
It is a video. I gotta see if I can find it. It is a Hezbollah
Razor scooter, because this sounds hilarious.
Like fucking mopeds.
Oh no, they're still trusting technology.
Okay, so you guys know how North Korea does like a show of force with a military parade. Russia, all these commie countries do that kind of shit, right?
They do, yes.
So it's just a line of mopeds and
I think it was it, which is
I'm not gonna lie. When you said scooter, I thought of the Razor scooters too. Like, there's no way they're trusting technology.
It was HLC that tweeted it, so I found it right away. Okay, here we go. I love HLC, by the way.
Show of force, Razor scooters.
You guys ready? This is their military parade. I want you to understand. We have something that can destroy this country just by dropping it out of a plane. Or actually from the ocean without them ever detecting it.
Or just another batch of pagers.
Yeah, seriously, right? Fuck it. No, intercept the scooters. But
their military force looks like, the getting out of the meeting of an AA. So like, what is
it's bad. Just watch. Wait, hold on.
Listen to how angry we are with the horn.
Yeah, look at them with their little flags on their little scooters, man.
And just some random dude, dude, I just want to go home.
Yeah, right. This guy right here in the silver. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I just got off work. So I just thought that was the funniest fucking thing because, like, if we ever did a true military show of force, because we do very small ones, we do military exercises with Japan, stuff like that. But they never
there for like 3 weeks.
Exactly. We never show what the best and greatest is, right? But all of the crap that they are showing is from like 1960, and then they show themselves on scooters, and it's just like, oh my god, like we're fighting cavemen.
If we had a show of force that was on like as close as we can get to equal level to theirs, we would still be there for 3 weeks. That's not even counting everything.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no.
I will say,
we have so many things that we still use that are just shit, but we just use it from like point A to point B.
Yeah.
I will say this though. While it is funny that we're kind of, mocking them for having outdated technology, so did the people in Afghanistan. And we were there for 20 years and we could not defeat them.
But also, no.
Dalton, I want you to take those words and fuck off, because we were using a list of rules this thick that we were the only ones that were using them.
So when you have rules of engagement,
nobody has ever conquered Afghanistan.
Nobody has nuked it before. We could very easily conquer the entire Middle East.
It's not even just nuking. It's the fact that no other country has gone in there with a large enough force to actually take it over when it wasn't equal level. Because in the past, most of the time, it was peer level, like a peer-to-peer warfare.
That's fair. But also,
it's only in the past like 80 years that it's not been that.
But nobody's gone in with the intent of sheer destruction and conquering. It has always been to attack a particular cell, which you can never do. Yep. That's attacking an idea doesn't work because ideas spread. But attacking, a standing military, yeah, you could easily do that because they're standing military. You know who they are. You don't know who they are over there. That was the only issue.
The thing is, we go into anywhere we go, and this has been around since Korea. We have a list of rules that we are the only people in that entire conflict that are using this list of rules for literally PR reasons. That is it. It is to make people that are in Congress and other areas like that have better voting standards for some reason, when we could have a conflict done in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, if we went in with the intent to destroy, which is not what we did, contrary to popular belief. We did not go in with the intent to destroy. We went in with the intent to kill terrorism, which is...
Yeah, to get an ideal and the sects that are using them out.
Yeah, which is impossible.
Which is impossible because they blended and they use innocence.
Which is the same.
Hezbollah.
That's also why American gun owners could never truly be conquered, because you don't know who we are. We're very all over. We're
you don't
invisible.
know what house has how many guns.
Exactly. And you don't know what kind of training they have. You know nothing about the other person. That is why that didn't work.
Every time that we used actual, like, we're destroying this in the Middle East, it was an operation that lasted less than 24 hours. And, like, you could see, like, death total of enemy, ridiculous number. Death total on our side, we broke a vehicle.
Yeah. So if we went in with the intent to destroy Dalton, Afghanistan would have been over in a month. But that's not what the purpose was either.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, go and look when we initially invaded.
We're going to take out the terrorists, and I'm going to do coke, and somebody throw a shoe at me. You know? Yeah, pretty much.
If you look at, like, Desert Shield and Desert Storm, like, those operations and what they were initially and how fast they were.
Yeah.
That's what we could do. And that's, like, still using a massive rule book that nobody else is following.
Well, when we wanted to, we destroyed all of Iran's navy, right? We destroyed all of Iraq's tanks.
We wiped out the third largest military in the world at that point in time.
In like 2 weeks, right? Like it was like
I mean, to be honest, most of it was done in less than 72 hours.
Yeah, it was insane how quick it was. So if we went in there like that, which we won't do anymore. Yeah.
Dalton, the big thing isn't just like 20 years we couldn't get it done. It's we had a massive
proportional.
We had a massive stealth handicap for legitimately just the reasons of politics.
Yeah.
That is it.
Geopolitics and also I hate to say it, but appearing as the good guys, because in war there's no such
thing as a good guy.
Yeah, no, we're there to kill them.
Yeah.
Let us do that. Hey, this dude has an AK. Is he shooting at you? No, you can't shoot him then. That was the rule.
And I apologize, Dalton. I did come off heated there. That is something that's thrown out so often.
The rules of engagement were definitely different between Bush and Obama, for sure.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
Vietnam, a lot of Korea.
Well, we also handicapped our own guns in Vietnam. The M16. Yeah.
It was awful.
It's awful. Bureaucrats ruin everything. They ruin countries. They ruin war.
I mean, we could look at every ancient civilization and understand that.
Oh my God!
Bureaucracy kills everything.
Yeah. So let killers be killers. But anyway, But pagers, and I'm guessing the next thing that's gonna blow up is scooters. Just my own personal prediction. We could place bets.
For the right moment.
I think they're just waiting for the right moment.
You know,
I think it would have been great to do it right when they were all just in a line.
I would not be surprised if
somebody hear a really
long time,
like loud buzzing sound.
Wait, what were you saying, Dalton?
I wouldn't be surprised if Israel's just waiting for a really long time for them to get their guard down again, and it's just like, you thought it was over?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, like that's the thing is, I think that the entire intent of this is to demoralize and instill terror.
Yeah.
Which by definition makes it a
terroristic act.
Oh my God, yes. So when I said that in my video, people are like, "You're saying that they're just as bad." I'm saying that one terroristic act is also a terroristic act. Oh my God, I'm Hitler now.
It doesn't make it a good thing just because it was by our allies.
Yeah, exactly.
To somebody that we don't like. I'm sorry, double standards.
Somebody said don't hold our sense of morality to the Middle East because it never fucking works. I'm so sorry. Yes, that 9-year-old was a Hezbollah operative that, it's like, no, like there's such thing as innocence no matter the country. Like, just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the way I see it. It's just like I'm all for, like, here's the thing. If Hezbollah was planning another attack on Israel, for instance, right? I am perfectly fine with Israel going in and wiping out Hezbollah. I have no fucking issue with that. And yes, there's going to be some collateral damage. But when you do it this way, you're unnecessarily causing collateral damage.
Yeah, it seems like you're not responsibly, making an effort to not, kill innocents. It's just,
which they're normally good for. Normally they're very good at that. Like they'll drop pamphlets on Gaza and say, hey, we're just letting you know we're doing a bombing strike on this area, which mind you defeats half of what they do, but they do it anyway.
Yep.
So it's like they just went way to the other direction. It's like, I don't know, maybe send in like a force that's, gonna take them out. Like what they did when they were hunting Nazis. They went across the earth and collected these people. You could probably do that with Hezbollah. I
think the big issue is the moment they do that, it is seen as a larger act of war.
Mm-hmm.
And you've got everybody in media that just wants to stir the pot.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas for some reason, this particular thing, because there were no boots on the ground, while people were talking crap about it and going like it was a terroristic act, which it was.
Funny.
It's not going to stir the pot as much as an entire group of the special forces of Mossad.
Israel. Yeah.
Just pulled half of fucking Mossad out, or not Mossad, Hezbollah out. Like suddenly it's just Hezbollah disappeared overnight. What happened? Also,
I feel like it removes here's the thing, like they could operate as under the perception of being like the good guy, right? If Hezbollah had attacked or had recently attacked and then they responded in kind, you could make the argument, okay, well, this is a retaliation. This was retaliatory effect. This wasn't, they lose all of that when they react to it the way that they did. They lose all that public good grace.
Yep.
And it just
PR
now it's just the PR is just a shit show now. That's how I see it. Don't your internet better?
Dude, my internet's kind of glitchy right now.
Yeah.
I still got to upgrade my router.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've got to play towards the media and the PR because that's how you were able to continue to do operations.
Yes.
Without having needless bureaucratic BS. Like you have to follow the bureaucratic BS to not have more of it.
Yeah. Also, Jesse Bear, I love this as a result. So yeah, because of that video and because I don't know other videos, apparently I'm a communist agent of the media. Which I just find so fucking funny. And the person who called it to me has progressive like leftist in their fucking bio, and I'm like, oh, pot kettle. Like, hello. Like, Jesus fuck.
You know what, Tech? You're not the only one. So I was on a list. I was put on a list earlier today on Twitter.
My job's working for Putin.
Yeah, apparently I'm a nut job who works for Putin. So
yes. Yeah, well,
Dude, where's that Russian money, bud?
Yeah, where's your
Why are you not sharing?
Yeah, I want some.
Right. I thought that was funny, though.
Where is my bear on a unicycle?
Yeah, I want my bear on a unicycle. No, that's fucking great. You're an agent of Putin.
Yep.
Oh, is that
what's funny? When people just anybody can add anybody to a list.
To a list, yeah.
Yeah, and it's funny because they don't understand that if you block them and then unblock them, it removes you from that list.
You told me about that because you checked to see if I was on any lists, and I'm not.
Yeah, I was kind of
sad. So people add me to lists, please. The funnier the title, the better.
I'm going to X for the first time in years just to make a list back.
Yes. Yeah, no, it was so fucking funny though. Like that's actually really funny too. So you and I are both apparently like un-American for supporting American first interests.
Weird
It's
how that works,
fucking
man.
Nuts, man.
Don't get it.
Yeah, it's weird. Normally,
this country wasn't built on treason. That's an un-American. Wait a second. I specifically remember a lot of treason.
Yeah, it was how we were founded, Jimmy. It's a weird little thought there, Mr.
Some
Biden.
men in wigs.
Some men in wigs blowing things up and saying "fuck taxes." That's us. That's our country. Tax this dick. Thomas Jefferson definitely.
Thomas Jefferson Absolute quote.
Every
Verbatim.
night, verbatim, while drunk.
That meme is so popular. I would not be surprised if people actually thought that was a real quote.
Oh, I'm sure there are, but here's the thing.
Here's
we
the
know
thing,
our founders were badasses.
Having read about all of our founding fathers, the majority
I wouldn't be surprised if that is a real
could
quote.
have been
Exactly.
a verbatim quote.
That could have actually been something he said is like, well, the king wants taxes, but he can tax my dick. And it's like...
Especially Benjamin Franklin?
Yeah, Franklin was a bit spicier than others.
Yeah.
Yeah, Franklin was the spicy boy. Franklin was he was a drinky boy. He was a spicy boy. So,
Crazy and on like every drug known to man.
he smoked a lot of pot too. The man was on uppers and downers and all overs. But anyway, should we move on to the next story?
I think so. You want to do a culture one?
Okay, I'm gonna bring this up. I'm going to bring this specific one up because I thought it was really interesting. So you guys remember watching Unsub recently. And Unsub had on, what's his name? Shut the fuck up, Debbie. My brain just like fried because of it. They had on the Act Man. That's so they had on the Act Man. And I'm going to say this. I've never watched the Act Man before. So I ended up watching his content because I thought it was really funny and I thought it was really interesting. And the first video that was on his page was about the whole Mr. Beast scandal. The whole Chris, minors pedo bullshit, right? Not bullshit, but you know what I mean.
Oh, yes, the YouTuber dilemma.
Yeah, so...
on YouTube.
That happens every like month or so.
Yeah, heavily in Minecraft too. So for some reason, but so anyway, so I was like, okay, I was watching this, and I did actually see a lot of stuff, and it was like, oh shit, I didn't realize it was that bad, right? And then the moment I open my X, I see Mr. Beast being sued, and he is being sued for some of the shit. And I want you all to understand this. When I tweeted this out, I did not clarify specifically what he's being like, because somebody replied to it saying, but Mr. Beast has like fans that are contestants. No, that's one of the things that's apparently fake. It's apparently a complete scam.
Hold on, you're telling me Mr. Beast productions are fake? What?
Yeah.
No.
So the
my shocked face.
Mr. Beast is apparently doing a show with Amazon, and he is being sued by contestants in the upcoming Beast game series. So these are contestants alleging this. So the people that are there to win money, right? And their I guess declaration of what Mr. Beast should be sued for is failure to prevent sexual harassment, which was one of the big issues people had with the whole Chris thing. I refuse to give them the fucking bullshit girly name that they chose because you're a dude. Failure to pay overtime and minimum wage, which says to me that they're actors. The contestants, if you're being paid a certain wage, that says to me you're an actor. And then also no meal and rest breaks provided to participants. So they were not given, the mandated, breaks and stuff by I guess like workers' laws.
Like an entire union set up for this.
Which,
exactly.
I think then maybe you could argue that maybe they were fans, that they weren't treated as employees or workers or contractors or whatever. They were treated as actual fans, and that
they were treated as
out.
Yeah, it's kind of both sides. It's really
argue
weird.
that.
But even on that,
you could argue that.
on media side, on filming side, there are very specific rules for extras and those that aren't part of the union but are still being brought onto a film set that you have to follow.
Yeah. So now,
in the US,
Nighthawk even says 54-page class action lawsuit. Very familiar. Yeah. So then this is the last one as part of the tweet. Several contestants ended up hospitalized. Others reported suffering physical and mental complications while being subjected to chronic mistreatment, degradation, and for the female contestants, hostile working conditions. So when you couple all of that with the previous three, that's pretty fucking bad. Like this is not looking good. And
I mean, I know they were trying to do the whole show like basing it off of like a Squid Games. Like, were they legitimately trying to do Squid Games?
I don't know. Maybe
we're just locking you guys in the warehouse. Figure it out.
Well, the way I see it, and I don't know how familiar both of you are with Mr. Beast. I don't see Mr. Beast. Everybody looks at him as a pure philanthropist, right? He's fucking not. There is one thing that this man cares about, and that is analytics on YouTube. Yeah. He cares about whether or not he has the best analytics on YouTube and the most successful channel. I genuinely feel, and this is my feelings, this is my opinion. This is not factual because I am not him. I can't say.
We don't work with him or around him.
Yeah. From what it seems, I feel like Jimmy, Mr. Beast, cares so much about that he is willing to neglect anything and everything to make sure that is the case, regardless of whether or not those things are going to lead to other people getting hurt, other people getting scammed, other people being assaulted, other people's.
We're getting more info from Nighthawk over there. Like, they can't accept outside employment. They are by law considered employees.
There you go.
They withheld food, sleep, meds, and basic necessities like menstrual products and clean underwear.
Yeah, there you go.
What the fuck?
So, mind you,
this is a show.
This is also considered torture. All of these things are considered torture in prison if you refuse these things.
Oh, some contestants were diabetic. There's at least one grand mal seizure due to them not having meds.
Jesus fuck.
Dang. Yep, that's pretty messed up, man.
My question, I guess, is, and this is such a dark thing to have to say, I think that it's going to slightly affect Mr. Beast. I think it might cancel his contract with Amazon. I do. I don't think it's going to affect his YouTube whatsoever.
I was about to ask.
To be honest, I don't think it would even. I don't think it would affect the Amazon contract.
Really? Even with all this bad PR?
The amount of things that are bad PR that it comes straight out of Amazon, they kept trucking on it.
You could be right on that. It's just such a sad.
Just remember, the Rings of Power still exist, and they made a fucking movie about it recently.
Yeah, I heard about that. I refuse to watch it. I refuse to acknowledge it.
And it's riddled with people that are in it that hate what's going on, that are getting mistreated about them watching them violate their terms of contracts and shit like that. It just gets covered up way more.
Yeah, I feel like, sadly, I don't think anything will come from this. And I'm somebody who's like, I want somebody, no matter whether or not they are successful, big, powerful, popular, whatever, you fuck up, I think that you should face the consequences just like everybody else, just like if anyone else did this.
Last one that Nighthawk just put.
They claimed tax rebates for hiring local, but hirees were brought from California. Jeez. Isn't that, that's technically tax evasion, right?
It's tax fraud for sure.
Tax fraud, yeah. Tax fraud. So I wanted to bring this up specifically because, one, of course, he is still, I think, the largest or most successful YouTuber. And there's no denying that. You can't deny his success.
Yeah, objectively, like his numbers are
insane.
Insane.
But at the same time, I'm wondering if this can be attributed to that. Like, would you attribute this lack of because let's be real, the whole Chris Tyson thing was years.
This lack of empathy or
He flat out, when the allegations were first brought, he said something akin to this transphobia is really starting to piss me off. He's my friend. And it's like, yeah, but your friend's being accused of something very serious.
You might want to look into it.
You might want to look into it.
Or if you just ignore it, I mean, you're going to be forced to look into it, whether you want to or not.
Which is what happened. And so it's like, obviously this is nothing new. So this has been going on for years. These same kind of issues have been brought to light. And I see no actual, because mind you, these charges, to my knowledge, are not criminal. They're all civil. But there are legitimate criminal complaints here that should be made as well, like that should be filed against him if any of these are found true.
Nighthawk is also saying if the IRS did their job, then he may be looking at jail time for federal tax fraud. Then he said that he has no access to his own banks.
Nighthawk is a lady.
Oh, I did not know that. Sorry.
Now you know.
My bad.
Yeah, don't misgender my Nighthawk.
I'm so sorry. Sorry, I mispronounced you, misgendered you, all that stuff. Anyway, pretty sure his mommy has been in charge for all of his stuff for years, and I'm pretty sure that's true. I've heard that before.
That wouldn't surprise me because a degree of separation between your finances, like that's why you have a trust as well, is because.
But then would he be the one legally in trouble, or would his mother be the one legally in trouble?
I think it would fall to the person who committed the action. To my knowledge, it still goes to it's ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. Exactly. Except this time you actually are. So. I think it goes to the person who committed the act. So if his mother was the one who said, yeah, let's do it this way, then obviously the mother. But if it was him.
Well, I mean, either way, it would be that person would be facing the charges and such, but there would still be massive levies and fines placed upon
against the company.
The company, because they allowed it to happen.
It's
we were just talking about this a moment ago, but do you think this is the start of the potential downfall for Mr. Beast?
I'm gonna be honest, gods, I hope so, because I've never liked the channel.
Well, here's the thing. This isn't even like the only scandal. Like, do you guys remember the Mr. Beast chocolate that came out? Yeah. It's a healthier alternative. It has more calories and more fat and more sugar.
Right. Right. So false advertising.
False advertising. They changed the ingredients post delivery, which is nice. He just talked about that he wants to do like health food kind of thing, some other bullshit, and people were starting to comment underneath it. Like all the comments I saw were like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, watch me poison 1,000 little kids for $1 million or something. And I was just like, oh, okay, so maybe there are people out there that are calling him out on this shit now more. Do I think that it's his downfall? No, I think that it's the downfall for the older side of his fan base while the younger ones move in. That's actually how I feel. The young ones who don't research this shit, don't hear that shit, don't browse that part of the internet or X or whatever, that aren't going to see that news are still going to watch him.
Is his content the same as like PewDiePie and those that were before them? Was entirely, it's bright and loud and flashy and it looks entertaining. And there's constant beats that are keeping you interested the entire time.
Retention.
The reason why I never watched it, because it was one of those where I looked at it and went, wow, this is just bullshit videos.
It always felt like a almost like a mobile game ad to me. Every video.
The equivalent of YouTube's version of a reality show. Like there's no point that I actually want to watch this.
There's no substance.
Yeah,
that's critiquing his content, though.
Also said, don't forget about Mr. Beast Burger, which was a dumpster fire.
Yeah. Now the initial concept of doing like here's my online menu that I'm going to partner with existing restaurants. Right. I think that's a cool idea.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad.
I don't think that inherently makes that bad, but his own thing is apparently was a dumpster fire.
Yeah. The concept is fairly solid, I think. It's like a virtual kitchen, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, virtual kitchen. That's what it's called. Also, Nighthawk said it was like a Lunchables that he wanted to make. Biggest issue with Lunchables knockoff is who he partnered with, especially Logan Paul. See, it's I feel like every play is just for more clout and never for the philanthropy that he claims to support. Now, I do know that he has like a charity that he does not film, and that's all well and good. But there are also people out there that are extraordinarily charitable and still fucking horrible people. Like the Soroses, Warren Buffett, Warren Buffett's not too bad. Warren Buffett's actually a little bit better than some. But yeah, the Clinton Foundation, you know, like you could give whatever the fuck to charity, but if you're a horrible person, you're a horrible person. And also, it just seems like everything he does is for more clout, more exposure, more videos, more analytics. It never seems like he's coming from a point of genuinely caring.
Ghost kitchens, not virtual kitchens. I think ghost kitchens is what Shell said. So I think that's probably the right term.
You could be 100%. I thought it was virtual, but you could be right.
I thought it was virtual too. I may have heard it both ways, but
yeah. Okay, so Nighthawk's also saying ghost kitchens. So okay, fair. We got the terminology wrong, but I mean the principle still stands. Yeah. But it's called Lunchable Knock is called Lunchly or Lunchleys.
Lunch lies.
Yeah, lunch lies is definitely more accurate because I guarantee that it's going to be. Well, is he partnering with? Because Nighthawk said he's partnering with Logan Paul. Was it Jake Paul or Logan Paul, the one that owned Prime?
Jake.
I think it was Jake Paul. Right. It's so tough because I don't.
I could have sworn it was still Logan.
Yeah, you could be right.
I thought it was Logan that's done all the shit since Jake got basically booted off of fucking everything.
Well, wasn't Prime Energy? Didn't they find out that
Logan
had
Paul.
like it was PFAs in every single bottle, like, and everything about them was like a lie?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like I feel like this is not exclusive to Mr. Beast. I think it's exclusive to the large sellout creators that will do anything for clicks.
Yep.
That's how I see it, is that this mentality comes from that.
So Mr. Beast and everybody who he surrounds himself with.
Yes. And that's an inherent problem.
The majority of that generation of media influencers, because that's what the fuck they are. And it's the fact that they made it big really fast and nobody had gone down before them. So they didn't have anybody to go like, we shouldn't do this. And now they think they're too large to go down.
Too big to fail. I think that also they partner with people that they know are also hyper successful doing the same things, but they never ever have anybody on their team who says no, it seems.
Yep.
And you need somebody that's telling you when you're going too far.
Yeah, when you're being a moron.
Yeah, that you need that on your team. You need that in your friend group. You need that in your marriage. You need your wife to be able to step up and say, that's a bad idea.
Yeah, you need the people that'll walk up and go like, I'm not your yes man, you're being a douche right now.
Yes, exactly. That's actually why they hire Americans in Japan, is because Japanese people are very unlikely to speak up to their superiors.
Oh yeah, and you have
problems.
I believe it's like the American monkey.
Yeah, they literally hire an American so then they can go to him with the complaint or the problem and they say, tell the boss. And the American's like, hey, just to let you know, Mr. Nagasaki, that's fucking stupid. And this is fucking why. And they've never been told no before, but they need it.
Yeah. And it's one of those things where you keep doing that job and either they fix things or the workers complain too much and you get fired.
Yeah. So, yeah. I feel like these guys need a American to speak up and say no. But the problem is they're all American and they're yes men.
You need that blue collar guy that walks over and just goes, you're all a bunch of fucking morons.
Yeah. 100%. 100%.
It rounds back to that whole, like, everybody needs punched in the face at least once and not for camera clout. Like, legitimately, they've said something wrong and just gets punched right in the, like, broken nose and everything.
Yeah. No, you need to be humbled. Everybody needs to be humbled at some point. Yeah. It's a fucking shit show. So I wanted to bring that up because first off, obviously it's relatively large news because he is the largest creator. But I feel like it's just such a sick state of affairs where all of this is being reported. The people in our age group, or even I'm going to say like 25 to us, are all saying, yeah, no, this is awful. Like, but the generation that watches him does not seem to give a fuck. You know, they're just fans no matter what.
A lot of people latched on like they're just fans. And will be forever. Yeah.
It's like the Swifties or whatever. Pick your group.
Yeah,
You
anybody
know?
that's hardcore anything that doesn't question when they do things, that's an issue.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. It's just I feel like sadly nothing's going to come from this because I feel like the generation that watches him will not stop. My daughter stopped watching him. My daughter used to kind of browse and watch him. And now she's watching those like Japanese women that organize things. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like they go, today we're going to organize this closet. And it's just like, she's like, yes, organize that shit. And we're just like, all right, kid.
So your daughter has your OCD. Got it.
Yes. Yeah, my daughter really does, dude.
It's so bad I watch other people do it and agree.
She'll do it and then she will reorganize her room again because she's like, this way's more efficient. And I'm like, oh my God. Such OCD. Fuck. But
I'm
she's
sorry I gave this to you.
She says she didn't like it because she says it was always fake. She said it always felt fake.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, you're intelligent enough. She's like, yeah, but all my friends still watch him. And I'm like, Know what I mean?
Oh, Lord.
Did I catch the video with Jake Weddle talking about the Mr. Beast challenge where they basically tortured him? Yeah, that was in the Actman video. He brought that up. My daughter is autistic. I'm well aware my daughter's autistic. My daughter is autistic and OCD because you want to know something? I'm gonna let you in a little secret. Hey Dalton, can you make it big but just me?
Yeah.
Real quick. I just want to.
Nope. Hold on.
Okay,
Yep,
there we go. Okay, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, okay? Because I'm fucking autistic and OCD.
What?
I know.
No.
All right, bring me back. Thank you. That's why I know my daughter is autistic and OCD. I thank you, Shell, for the shocked face. Oh, geez. Yeah, nah, it's. I'm well aware my daughter is. She's also like a little Wednesday Addams. She's eidetic. She plays piano, guitar. She speaks 3 languages. She's skipped grades. She's hyper advanced. Her social skills are interesting. And she wears like literal Wednesday Addams outfits. It's kind of hilarious. She is very, very, very autistic and OCD. Functional, but she still is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Still definitely is. Definitely is.
So, I was going to say, you want to go into the next topic?
Go for it.
Topics here?
All right.
We do now.
I'm going to play a real quick video. It's about 2 minutes. We've played it before on the show, but for context, I think this is warranted. You ready?
Yeah.
I, Kamala Harris, am your Democrat candidate for president because Joe Biden finally exposed his senility at the debate. Thanks, Joe. I was selected because I am the ultimate diversity hire. I'm both a woman and a person of color. So if you criticize anything I say, you're both sexist and racist. I may not know the first thing about running the country, but remember, that's a good thing if you're a deep state puppet. I had 4 years under the tutelage of the ultimate deep state puppet, a wonderful mentor, Joe Biden. Joe taught me rule number 1, carefully hide your total incompetence. I take insignificant things and I discuss them as if they're significant. And I believe that exploring the significance of the insignificant is in itself significant.
Talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time, and there is such great significance to the passage of time.
Another trick is trying to sound black. I pretend to celebrate Kwanzaa, and in my speeches, I always do my best Barack Obama impression. So hear me when I say, I know Donald Trump's type. And okay, look, maybe my work addressing the root causes of the border crisis were catastrophic, but my knowledge of international politics is truly shocking.
The United States shares a very important relationship, which is an alliance with the Republic of North Korea. It is an alliance that is strong and enduring.
And just remember, when voting this November, it is important to see what can be, unburdened by what has been. And by what has been, I mean Joe Biden. You think the country went to over the past 4 years? You ain't seen nothing yet.
So
I love that video so goddamn much,
it's
man.
so good. I love
it so fucking much.
You know who doesn't like it though?
Oh yeah. The tiny tyrant fucked his friend's wife, and his wife has been cream pied by Weinstein. Oh yeah, it's Gavin Newsom.
Yeah. Hold on.
It's working. We see everything.
Yeah, but okay, there we go.
I can show you the
So
I
Gavin
could
Newsom
show you my
does not like that ad. And he went so far as to get with his state lawmakers, and they passed a bill, and he recently signed it, making ads like that illegal. And the funny thing is, it's not an ad; it's parody. In fact, the video, the guy who posted it, he said it's a parody in all caps. Like any reasonable person would watch that and be like, "Yeah, this isn't real." Clearly.
No, Kamala's not going to call herself a deep state puppet. Like any reasonable person would look at that and say, and mind you, keyword reasonable. Yes. Because what did Josie say about Gavin Newsom?
So, yeah, I just want to read this tweet from Gavin Newsom real quick. He goes, I just signed a bill to make this illegal in the state of California. You can no longer knowingly distribute an ad or other election communications that contain materially deceptive content, including deepfakes. So that's how they're trying to spin this whole entire thing, not a parody. And the reason why Gavin Newsom's so bent out of shape for this is because Elon Musk originally retweeted that video. And so that's why he's kind of freaking out. It's like, oh, Elon Musk, most powerful businessman in the world, is sharing stuff like this. So it's got to be dangerous. So we got to go after all of it. Yeah. And then Josie, I love Josie. She's awesome. She goes, She goes, a parody, which no reasonable person expected to be true, is protected free speech, which is case law from Hessler and Felwell.
Hustler v. Falwell.
Yes, thank you. 1983. Yeah, I stumbled across my words. But and then she goes, Gavin Newsom is not a reasonable person. Gavin Newsom is retarded.
Yeah, which is very accurate. Gavin Newsom is retarded.
She's not wrong. Now, it gets funnier because Elon Musk responded to Josie and he goes, what video is he talking about? Because, I mean, Elon's a busy guy. He's not going to remember what
Dalton just wanted to plug this. He told us at the beginning of the show.
Yep. So I retweeted, or I responded to Elon. I go, this one. And it's the video you guys just watched. And somehow, Elon saw that and retweeted it. Like, wild.
Yeah, like Dalton did get retweeted by Elon Musk, which is actually really fucking cool. As much as I'm like, you are a child that has like been given your first bestest birthday present. Like, I got to meet Superman at Comic-Con. Like, that's you right now. I get it.
The night it happened, we were in chat for 2 hours, and not only were talking to Dalton only in song titles and lyrics.
Yeah,
it's funny.
2 hours straight. We were also getting a minute by minute update to how many views that this tweet had
and how many subscribers he's gained. What's the number at now?
Hold on. Well, the impressions is 21.3 million impressions. That means views that this tweet has gotten.
Yeah, 21.3 million people have seen it.
Dalton's getting a solid $5.
I just want to preface this with the highest impression of a tweet that I've ever gotten was about 1 million, a little over 1 million. That's
which is still really good.
Yeah, it was like when Matt Gaetz retweeted. I think it was like one of the final tweets I did from election night for Brandon Herrera. It received like 1 million impressions, which I was like, oh my God, that's awesome. 21.3 million impressions. Like, I don't know how I'm going to beat that again, but yeah, it's just, it's wild. Elon retweeted and he said, you're not going to believe this, but Gavin Newsom just announced that he signed a law to make parody illegal based on this video. And so, yeah, I thought that was wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was definitely on cloud 9 for a little bit that night. And the next day.
Oh yeah. By the way, I just want to point out that Ben makes a very good point. Another reason why Dalton hates poor people. He got retweeted by the richest man in the world. Of course he hates poor people.
Not true.
That's so good. Ben, I love you.
Yep. But yeah, it's wild. Absolutely wild. Didn't expect that. I was freaking out when I first saw it because I was just like, "There's no way this is him." Like it's
How many followers did you gain from it?
1,500.
That's like a solid amount.
It's a really good amount for buddy, and just having Elon randomly retweet you. It's like that's wild.
By the way, I think you have to adjust your noise gate because it keeps going louder, quieter, louder, quieter.
Oh, really? That's annoying.
Yeah, just letting you know.
All right, I might have to do that later, but
Israel says, "Poor people suck. Go Dalton." So you've got a fan.
Man.
But I would like to say, totally aside from you getting retweeted, which is cool. Going back to the actual point being made is not only that, but also the response from Elon was to, and of course, much of X was to meme the fuck out of Gavin Newsom.
Yes.
And Gavin Newsom, I believe he was doing a press conference. He was being interviewed or said he's not ruling out legal action against Elon for the memes being made about him. This is, first off, a tiny tyrant. This is what a tiny tyrant does. This is what somebody who is...
Wait. I feel like we said this recently. We heard something very similar recently from some soy boy in Europe.
Soy boy in Europe? Which one?
The one that said that they were going to start persecuting people in America for the memes of us making fun of fucking
yeah, that stupid British cop. Oh my god. Yeah, dude, I actually turned on noties for them just so I could make fun of them for like a week. Like, it was bad. It was bad.
Like this sounds identical. We're gonna come for you for your free speech.
They started putting their replies to followers, people that were tagged in it only. And I'm just like, hey, fucker.
No, but yeah, I think what's funny is, or not funny, more concerning than anything, but kind of funny if you look at it the way that I do. Gavin Newsom is a governor. He doesn't have much power outside of his state, like literally no power outside.
He has no power outside of his state.
He's got some influence, but not power. And he thinks that he can just change or influence laws across the country by, creating. Because I mean, basically, he told the majority of the state lawmakers, "Hey, I want this bill, make it so I can sign it," and they just did it.
Well, because they're all puppets.
Exactly. Yeah. And they got the majority. So of course that's how it's gonna go. It's corrupt. But yeah, so it's just like, if this is the power that the governor thinks he has as governor.
Imagine him as president.
Imagine him running for president and God forbid actually winning.
Yeah.
Like that's so concerning.
Which they're definitely wanting to do.
He's going to do 2028, I'm sure.
Especially
if Kamala loses, he's 2028 for sure.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably going to be the front runner for sure.
Oh, without a doubt, he's going to be the front runner.
Yep.
And he is
many psychopaths running for president lately.
Yeah.
And Newsom is like the prime example that you can easily point to as somebody who is a psychopath, who's in politics, who just wants nothing but power.
I point you actually, and this is, you know what, Dalton, you were able to shamelessly plug your own X and your little retweet there. I'm going to do the same. Give me a moment.
I'm a nobody. That was awesome. Okay.
No, it was quite awesome. I want to go to the part about in my video about tyrants.
You got a lot of videos about those.
Here we go. Okay, you guys ready? I want you guys to see something, because I was making a point in my most recent video about why we used to teach about fascism and communism both being bad in schools. Okay? And if it's going to work, and Stalin's greatest hits down everyone's throats. It's all about making sure that nobody gets any bright ideas about this shit again. Hey, who's that?
Is that not the guy that we were just talking about?
I'm pretty sure that is him. I'm pretty sure that.
No. That's the guy that plays Jack Frost in the third Santa Claus movie.
But the whole reason we used to teach that stuff is because we were teaching people, hey, authoritarianism is a bad thing, whether it's from communism or fascism. It's a bad thing.
Either way you
problem is-
land, it's a terrible decision.
And so, no matter fucking what, it's bad. And so, who obviously loves authoritarianism? People like Gavin Newsom. He loves the idea of having power. During the COVID lockdowns, what did he do? He partied.
Down. Yep. He locked down everybody while he partied, drank, ate the most expensive food that he possibly could get his hands on.
Fucked his campaign manager and friend's wife.
Now, that's a guy who hates poor people.
Yeah, no, he actually does, because poor people cannot exist in California anymore. Why do you think their homeless problem is just expanding?
I was going to say, not only does he hate the poor people, he hates the homeless people even more. And he does nothing about it. He does nothing to help.
He loves them because he loves to look at them and laugh.
Okay, you know what? Probably, yeah.
Otherwise, there would be more things stopping them.
I put that in there.
So much, he doesn't help them. That's why they don't do anything. And
I put that in there as a cut for 3 seconds, so you just have to stare at Gavin Newsom's face after hearing about authoritarian fascists and commies, and then being like, "Oh yeah, Gavin Newsom." Yeah, because it sums it up. I could have gone with Biden. I could have gone with Kamala, but to be honest, he's way worse. Actually, I actually think he's way worse.
Yeah,
because he actually believes his own words.
Like Kamala is awful. She's awful.
She is awful.
She's awful, but you know for a fact she doesn't believe herself.
Right. She doesn't have principles or anything that she believes or anything. She's
everything she says
trying to refute her Senate career and her VP career as she's running for president as the current VP. Like, she's trying to say that what she's basically been doing all of her career, that she doesn't believe in any of that, the way she's been voting or anything.
Yeah.
It's a total lie. She's trying to be that person who, like, I can be whoever you want to be, whoever you want me to be, kind of candidate.
But,
and
she's the Mystique candidate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, coding every speech so it sounds like the area she's in really badly.
Really bad.
Newsom, he's a scumbag, but he's smart and he's talented. He's a politician.
And he's violent.
He's very violent.
Yeah.
Yes.
He is a violent sociopath is what I would call him. I would call him an absolute sociopath. He does not give a fuck.
He is the kind of guy who, if left unchecked, would not only take away your guns, but would probably do other things far worse than that once he got your guns taken away. I'm not going to say it on YouTube, but yeah.
And yes, Isran.
He's one of those people that just would really like things at a 45-degree angle above you.
Yeah.
You mean over there? I had to. I'm sorry.
Just the third shelf up, like
the third shelf up. Yeah, right up there.
Right there
on the third one. The third right.
And that's how we got canceled before we even started, guys.
Yeah, guys, before monetization. Damn it. No, but I want you guys to understand, Gavin.
Really, that's what he's doing here. 75?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, but Gavin, I will say this. I don't think this will, because this will obviously end up facing Supreme Court scrutiny.
Oh yeah, hopefully.
And it will not hold up to anybody other than Ketanji Brown Jackson, who's fucking mentally inept. Ketanji Brown Jackson has the IQ of, I'm going to say, Kamala's left pussy lip pubic hair.
Hey, quick question. Do you think she knows what a man is?
No,
I think she does. You do? She probably hates men. Yes. Do you think she knows what a woman is, though?
No, she definitely doesn't. No,
she definitely doesn't. She refused to define what a woman was during the Senate confirmation hearings.
Well, then she technically, by default, doesn't know what a man is either.
Well, you would think that, but that's not their logic. So.
Well, yeah, that's true, but I'm thinking like a rational human being.
But people like that hate men too, so of course they know what a man is, because you have to know what you hate, right? If you follow that logic. So that's why I said she probably knows very well what a man is. She doesn't want to define what a woman is, because again, she wants to be that candidate for the Supreme Court who has everybody, who's like, oh, that's the person I want, because they refused for whatever reason to define what's fact.
Well, it's because they are led by ideology, not facts.
And if you say the truth,
yes,
you will your own. It's wild. If you say the truth, people will hate you either way. But like in her position, if you say the truth, if she says the truth, her own people will hate her. But like again, but if you're on the right and you say the truth, the people on the left will hate you. It's so weird. You say the truth no matter what, you're screwed.
No, you're absolutely. And the problem that I see is that first off, that Gavin Newsom thinks that he can get away with this.
Yeah.
And that California legislature, which is meant to, mind you, your legislature is supposed to be a checks and balance with it. Each state is supposed to have its own individual checks and balances. They do not have that in California.
Yeah,
It is
when it's
lost.
so corrupt. Yeah, when it's so corrupt, I mean, this is what you get. And to be fair, Gavin Newsom thinks he can get away with things because
he can.
He has. Yeah.
In his state, he does.
Yeah, he's the head of the government. Who's going to stop him right now? Nobody has the balls, and everybody's corrupt and bought for and paid for and all of that.
Yeah.
Like,
And
what incentive is there for somebody just to stand up to him? There is no incentive.
There's no incentive. There's California. It's to my the way I see it is California is lost.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like lost in the sense of like for the moment. I mean, no, I think it's irredeemable at this point, and until something of like catastrophic proportions happen.
I think it's going to take a miracle.
The worst thing
I don't know that they are
really
lost permanently, but I think it's going to take a freaking miracle to bring them back to
Detroit never came back.
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah.
And I think the issue is they're dragging an entire massive state down when it's really only like 4 cities. I wouldn't even say county. It's like 4 cities.
It's just the cities, because if you look at the actual map, it's red everywhere, and then it's just these like 3 or 4 blue spots that they have jam-packed with as many people as they can.
Yeah, because there's a massive like firearm community out there that's getting suppressed.
Yeah.
There's a massive car community out there that's getting suppressed.
There's
a massive art community that isn't left that is getting suppressed.
Yeah,
it's the farming, etc. Because there's a lot of stuff out there. Yeah, because it is one of the larger states that's just getting ruined by these few cities that have taken over everything, and yet they demand that they're the ones that are being suppressed.
Well, they also, you know what I think the really most fucked up thing is, because it's very Orwellian.
Oh yeah,
is that while all of this happens, while all of those rights are being stripped away, he is still the one who claims that he supports freedom. We don't ban books in California. Neither does Florida, Gavin.
Yeah.
They just don't let fucking 5-year-olds read about how to go on Grindr and fuck a guy.
Yeah, there's
mind you, literally what that book was about.
Yeah, it's literally not even.
There's a difference between banning a book and going, "Hey, this shouldn't be in a preschool,"
and filtering it.
Yeah, filtering it to the proper ages.
Filtering out, yeah, exactly. Filtering it to the proper ages. That's not the same as banning a book.
When I was a kid, right? When I went to the movie theater had a convenience store next to it, right? And we typically buy our candy there because it was cheaper, right? Than going to the right, because you're a convenience store. You'd sneak it in your pockets. Fuck it. And they used to have, I come from a time, I'm 30, I'm turning 36, where Hustler magazine was still a thing. And so is Playboy, right? And they would have on the shelves, and it was hidden, like behind like it was like a blacked out like plastic piece, but they would have Hustler and Playboy. And if I went up there at that age, I couldn't even fucking go near them because the storekeeper would yell at you. Because they were saying, hey, kids aren't allowed to get this. You have to be 18. Florida isn't even doing that. High schoolers are allowed to read that book. They are allowed to read that. It is just fucking elementary students that are not. So, Gavin, no, they're not banning it. They're just making sure that fucking pedophiles aren't allowed to infect children's minds. Unlike your state, which apparently sees them as a sexual orientation. Apologies,
it's wild,
but
it's
not
wild,
really.
The amount of people that are saying the things that were brought forth about going, like anybody that has history of pedophilia or anything of that nature should be put to death. And everyone going, this is going to be massive setback for people, and going like, why do you think that?
The trans community saying this is going to affect our community, and it's like, why?
It really shouldn't, unless you got something that you need to tell us.
Yeah, exactly. And
Sounds like you guys are aware of the problem. You just don't want to admit you have a problem.
Yeah. And speaking of that,
sounds like
also,
the loudest members of that community are the ones that are jumping on for the bandwagon so that they can use it for other things.
Did you guys see what every single Republican voted for, but most Democrats voted no on?
Yep.
It was a bill, for anybody who doesn't know, that would deport illegal immigrants convicted.
Specifically doing.
Specifically convicted of what, Dalton?
Performing, abusing people
children.
Sexually. Yeah. Children. Yeah.
Children and adults.
Abuse of minors and rape.
Wild.
Yeah.
Why would Democrats vote no for that?
I thought that they cared about women.
Or children.
Or children. Yeah, because they're always saying that Republicans hate children and they hate women. Really, because I want my daughter protected, and I want to protect her with a gun, and I also want my wife protected, and that's why she has a gun. And I also don't want somebody from fucking Venezuela, Haiti, or anywhere, including the United States, to have the ability to sexually assault either of them. Yeah. Which is why both of them
or my animals.
Or my animals. Yeah, fuck you, Ohio. So
when I said I was going to eat that,
they're raping the cats. So I just want to point out that it is. Here's the thing: we could point fingers at specific evil people like Gavin Newsom, Nancy Pelosi, all fucking day, right? We could. It is far worse of a problem when it's almost all of them at this point, because you had every single, mind you, a lot of people said, oh, well, it was a CR. It wasn't a CR. There was no continuing resolution attached to this. There was no other secondary bill attached to it. It was just the bill saying that. It was a single topic bill, single issue bill, which is, mind you, what all bills should be.
Yeah.
And they voted no. Why?
Yeah. Yep. Kind of seems like they have an agenda they're not too happy about the public knowing about.
Yeah.
For some reason.
They had a whole island dedicated to taking care of women and children. True.
Oof.
Yeah, they did. It actually pisses me off that this is like where we're at.
Yeah.
Because
remember when things like this would mean that you had like entire lines of people burning shit to the ground?
Yeah. No, now they do that because a druggie was like killed by cops for trying to stab them, know, and stuff like that. Oh yeah, let's burn our own community.
But that wasn't that wasn't a terrorist act.
No, and neither was when they took over the congressional offices. No, when they did it, no, it's fine. But when Republicans marched through, and most of them were just walking.
Yeah, well, the guided in.
It guided in.
Actually, escorted. Like, hey, go this way.
Yeah,
you're already in the building. We want you to go this way. And it's like, oh, okay. I don't know where I'm going. I've never been here before. And it's just like a cop's telling you to go that way. It's like, all right, I'll go that way.
But no, they're insurrectionists, right? Yeah. It's mostly peaceful protests. Mostly peaceful. I was mostly peaceful the last time I went hunting too.
Yeah, like 99% of the time, I was just sitting there like drinking my energy drink, and
Yeah, it was only that 1% of the time
it was
that
really
I
pretty out.
Something. Yeah, it's like Jesus fuck. I hate that term, but the reason it pisses me off so much is I'm a father.
Yeah.
Okay. Now there are people that do not have skin in that game, right? Like both of you, neither of you have a child.
Yeah.
No,
I have a child.
Whiny fucking animal.
I mean, I have a dog.
Yeah. You have your animals, whatever, but that's besides it.
Well, I'm against the Haitians. Don't eat peanuts.
Don't eat peanut. But
it won't taste good.
It bothers me because I am a father and I have to look at the world that my daughter is going to grow up in.
Right.
I am seeing that world crumble around me, which is why when anybody is like, how could you vote for this versus somebody who talks nicely to you? Because I do not want somebody who's going to whisper fucking lies into my ear. I'd rather have the guy who's calling me a fucking asshole and saying something to my face, because at least I know that he stands for what he's saying.
Yep. And he's probably telling you the truth of what
he's telling me the truth.
It's one of those things like I'd also look at your friends. As friends, we will call each other the worst shit possible, like shit we can't say on YouTube.
Yes.
While we're laughing at each other, and then we're gonna talk to each other about something. Like we've sat and had very wonderful conversations. Like
Yes.
even in depth, like talking about mental health.
Yeah.
People that walk over and say the nicest shit to you possible are usually
I don't trust them.
Usually the ones that are trying to like get something from you.
You know, my grandfather used to say, "Don't listen to the nice guy. He's always selling something."
Yeah,
it's true. And mind you, my grandfather, that was his area of expertise was business and sales. So let me tell you, that motherfucker knew what he was talking about. I trust human beings very little. I trust nice people, like just always nice.
Extremely.
I trust them way less.
Yeah.
And I look at the world and I see these assholes, and I look at the people that foam at the mouth listening to them. And then I realize, holy shit, we are in a tragic set of circumstances. And it is depressing as shit as a father.
My phone is about to die, which is my cam. So I got to plug it in, but my cord is in my car. So I will be right back.
Run.
Oh, what the fuck?
He is. Run.
It's dying right now. Go.
Run.
Right.
Run.
I'm
Run.
taking my time, okay?
Dalton is taking his time, everybody. Anyway, let's get some questions from chat while Dalton's gone. That way we can answer them. Ask anything about Dalton that you wish.
Yeah, we'll answer any question about Dalton.
We will answer any question about Dalton.
We never said it was going to be true.
Yeah, nope. The bigger the smile, the sharper the blade, Ferengi saying. That's a great saying. I actually love Star Trek for the most part because it was very spot on with a lot of their stuff.
How tall is Dalton?
He's
actually 3'2".
Yeah, I thought he was like 3'3". If we're asking like reality though, he's nowhere near as tall as Dimmy. Dimmy and I are actually giants though.
Yeah, like legitimate giants.
We're legitimately like Jotun. We are huge. Dalton, I think, is 5'10".
Something like that. That
I
sounds right.
think. Yeah, I think he's 5'10". How gay is Dalton for Henry Cavill?
The same level as gay as we are. Like,
yeah.
I mean, if you aren't gay for Henry Cavill, I have questions about you as a man.
Yeah, actually, 100%. Henry Cavill is the only person that I would let fuck my ass when my wife watches.
Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds are up there.
Not for me. Not for me. I like them, but not for me. I know he hates poor people, but why is he poor?
That was a terrible curse by a demon that he made a deal with in the past.
Yes. Yeah. Name Nazareth.
Also known as Kamala Harris.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. What's his whole head look like? No one knows.
No one knows. We hear whispering coming from the back. But
yeah, I think Voldemort's in there. Babylon 5 taught me never to trust someone selling you something with no strings. Never. Because here's the thing. Just like how, social media, they say social media is free because you're the product. So Dalton is taller than you. He might be. As I said, we're not 100%. I think he's 5'10". He might be 5'9". I'm not 100% on that.
Hey, Dalton, how tall are you?
Yeah, genuinely. No, we can't hear you. Okay.
He's 1 tall.
Hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. 5'8" or 5'10". It's been a while since I've
5'8" or 5'10". That is a 2-inch difference, sir.
I mean, it changes
Which
to
is
which convenience store you're leaving.
Depends on what day he's going on Tinder. What is he hiding under the hat? As I said, Voldemort.
What is the toboggan?
My driver's license says 5'8".
Okay, there you go. So according to what he has listed with the government is 5'8", which means that my daughter's height.
I'm 6'7".
A gerbil lives under the toboggan. Yes.
Oh
yeah.
no!
Yeah, Jerry the gerbil.
Gerbil's name? Jerry the gerbil.
Jerry the gerbil lives under
Poor
there.
gerbil.
That's where he put his body. He was laid to rest under Dalton's hat.
Poor gerbil.
That explains the smell.
Yes.
How old is your toboggan?
Yeah. How long have you had that hat? Dalton?
I've had a couple. I mean, I've always worn hats.
No, that I knew, but like how long do you like as a hat last you typically?
About
Like
a year,
that.
2 years or so, like depending. I switch it out.
Okay.
Red's my favorite color though.
Fucking communist.
Well played though.
No, that was actually a really good one. That was a really good.
If I wore a blue hat, you guys would think I'm a Democrat.
We would call you we would also call you a communist. You can't win.
I can't win.
Dalton keeps an emergency gerbil under his hat.
God.
Yeah, he does.
No,
Just for snacking.
no,
Just for
poor Jerry.
God, he's just sitting there, just nibbling a piece off of him bit by bit. That explains his hatred for the poorest. Gary, it does. It does. By the way, Dalton, I'm not sure if
Dude,
you can hear.
Have you ever had?
No,
have you
when
ever had
I got
roasted
too far
guinea pig?
away.
It's delicious.
What was that?
So like, you can get this down south in some areas, but like the guinea pigs that actually come up from South America, like the ones that are like the size of a cat, like the giant ones, they're delicious.
Disavow.
I can't speak to that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I know.
disavow.
I also know the cat and dog don't taste good, and I don't understand why that's like a popular thing in many countries. Like even for poor areas, seagulls and shit like that. I understand. Like most birds have a generally the same flavor.
I'm gonna disagree on dove and pheasant.
Dove and pheasant do have different flavors, but like generally, like your standard birds, you're gonna get a similar flavor. It's whether or not they're eating trash.
Screw pocket sand, emergency beanie gerbil.
I was born in Hawaii. There's no way I'm Haitian.
These days, you never know, man. Wait,
I can see it. I can see it in his skin tone.
Yeah, Dalton. That's why he doesn't send me any photos, because he has to put on all the Michael Jackson makeup. It just takes him too long. You can't send me any new PNGs for thumbnails. Have you guys noticed every thumbnail is the same fucking image?
I will send you I'll send you more images. So sorry.
You've said that for
I thought you just said that you were going to send him a nude.
Yeah, send me a nude, baby. Oh my God.
No, I was in the middle of moving when you asked me. Okay,
that is okay.
There was that one night that I did that Steve thing for your cryptid video. I should have done it then.
You should have.
Oh, this is perfect timing. I just got tired and I went to bed. But yes.
Well, speaking of getting tired, has anybody here seen Agatha All Along?
No, and I don't plan to.
Okay, well that's probably a good move considering that it's losing. It's losing Disney money again.
Oh, that scares me.
Again?
Yeah, so I'm going to tell you all right now. I do not have Disney Plus because I hate Disney.
Because if you have Disney Plus, that means they're legally allowed to kill you.
Yes. So it's your contractually, but apparently, so there's the show Agatha All Along, and it's about some witch that loses her powers. Okay. And it combines with was it Scarlet Witch or whatever that supposedly took her powers or something from the Marvel universe, the Avengers.
I don't fucking know. They keep doing.
Anyway, they recently had their premiere, and at their premiere, and it bothered me so much because I used to think she was so fucking hot, but what's her name from Parks and Rec? Swanson's secretary. The actress.
I couldn't tell you.
Okay, well, anyway, so she
I know
was
you're
like,
talking about the
I watched the show one time because of Ron Swanson's character.
Yeah,
that's all I paid attention to.
Nick
Offerman's pretty fucking great.
Nick Offerman, yeah, he's fun. Aubrey Plaza, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Shell. Aubrey Plaza came out and was like, they were interviewing, says because they were saying that this is the gayest production that Disney has ever done.
And then she said, well, that's what I signed up for. Good.
Yeah, she's like, that's what I signed up for. Good. And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, the reason that Jenna Ortega is at least okay in my book is because she hates the DEI woke bullshit. I'm like, okay, fair enough. Cool. Like, at least you have principles. Yeah, Nick Offerman has gone full TDS, which is a shame.
Yeah,
I really wish he was more like Ron Swanson. But anyway, moving back to it.
I wish more people were like Ron Swanson. The country would be in a better place.
Oh my God, yeah,
would be.
But Agatha All Along has flopped to the point where it is a complete and utter fucking failure. Everybody, it is being destroyed, rightfully so. So once again, we are having a Disney show that, or Disney product, because let's be real, they do it with their movies too, that is absolutely getting obliterated. And why is it getting obliterated?
Because they didn't listen to anything that has the source material and ignored all of their fans.
And they also decided that it is far more important to push a message than it is to entertain. And I want you to
much as Cartman said in the past, make it gay and make it lame.
Yep. And put a chick in it. Put a chick in it and make her lame. So that's literally what Disney's doing. And if you guys know that the new Inside Out came out, right? Or whatever, that movie about like the little girl's emotions or whatever.
That's Inside Out. And I refuse to watch the new one.
Well, it apparently is very good. And the reason it's very good is it doesn't touch any woke politics. And they flat out said that they were discouraged from talking like inserting gay, queer, transgender ideology.
Movie?
It's an animated movie. Yeah,
I think we were talking about that. I think maybe not maybe it was the Discord. I can't remember.
It was in Discord. Yeah,
and we were talking about it, and it was like Disney said, make him less gay, the main character less gay or something.
They said don't make them anything. Just don't touch them. Let this be a story about a kid that's going through the throes of teenagerhood and growing up,
early stage puberty.
And it was extraordinarily profitable. And what blows my mind, and I know that we didn't want to get in politics with the last show, but I kind of wish I asked why do they keep doing that when it's an obvious failure? Everything that they've done, from video games to shows to movies, where they inject that bullshit, has flopped.
I can tell you.
It's an agenda.
Well, it's not just the agenda. It is because they bring in outside marketing teams and outside committees that keep demanding these things, but these committees and marketing teams have nothing to do with the movie as a whole and usually have no idea what the fuck it's about.
But
their agenda to it. Yes.
Yeah, no, it is an agenda. I was just giving it more.
I understand. Yeah. My question becomes then, though, there's only a certain amount of money that a company can lose before they say this isn't sustainable. Disney has lost billions.
I mean, on that note, why do they keep bringing it in on games? Like, what is it? The Sweet Baby Inc?
Sweet Baby Inc. You also have the new Assassin's Creed.
Sweet Baby Inc. is the thing across the board where it's like they go in and they make games fucking worse.
Well, what was that new game? That new hero game that lasted 2 days? Like it was
the PlayStation one.
Yeah, the PlayStation one.
Concord or something like that.
Yeah, I think and it's just it was like bland, and they just like were like, yeah, this character is like a bullshit like bland amalgamation of genders, and it's like fuck off. Yeah, Concord is what chat said.
Yeah, like so it was supposed to be like a new version of essentially Overwatch. Like it was supposed to be the thing that took the reins.
Well, it was supposed to be a competitor, but also nobody was asking, and also they were charging for it. It was $40 when every other one was free.
And comparing it to what it was originally, because there were people that had played like the early version, etc.
They all canceled their pre-orders. Yeah.
Well, they were like, this was phenomenal when it came out originally, and then Sweet Baby Inc. and other such groups went through it, and it was atrocious.
See, I'm not sure if Sweet Baby Inc. got involved with that one. I
don't know if it was specifically that one, but I know it was an outside group came through and had them change a bunch of shit.
Because I remember seeing that all the people who were like the early testers, their numbers got cut by more than half in their second one. And that's because the play testers canceled their pre-orders.
Yep.
Like it was insane. But there's got to be a point. There's got to be a threshold that these companies hit where they lose so much money that how do they not wake up from this? That's my question, is how does it get so bad that you look at it and it is plain to see for everyone else that looking outside in?
I believe the thing is, and it's more direct, like one of the last things that was posted, that as shown by the big cities, they're getting what they want, indoctrinated populaces.
Except they're not, because they had to cancel the game. The movie had like 1,000 people see it.
More people are seeing through it now, whereas there was that hard moment where everybody was following along going like, if you're against this, you're label your stereotype of hatred. Transphobe, you know, homophobe, like what have you, racist. Yeah. And now it's more seen like, oh no, it's just terrible. Fucking quit it.
Yeah.
They're getting caught.
So so okay, by that logic, then you would assume, and we can assume, that there is a turning point that will eventually have to come then.
I'm going to be honest, this election might be part of that turning point. Because it's as we have people that are in power that are demanding these things are correct, it's going to make it so that organizations such that are getting paid by these political sides are going to keep pushing that narrative. But once that narrative no longer follows along, so we have, say, Trump comes in, or literally anybody else, it's going to turn away from that at least a little, because you're going to have what's on the news, etc., changing.
Here's the thing, in 8 years, there hasn't been a successful ideologically.
The Warner Bros. Minecraft movie got
Yeah.
canceled.
That thing was an abomination to look at, and
they should have done that with the Borderlands movie. Everyone that was a part of that movie should be, I don't know, tried by The Hague for what they've done to it. I'm sorry. Borderlands is one of my favorite video game series, despite what you have against the CEO. Which
I have a lot about against the CEO. It's enough that I want.
But it is still my favorite video game series because the writers for it were phenomenal in what they put forth. And then Borderlands 3 came out, and then the fucking movie came out.
See, but atrocious. Okay, fair. But I would just want to point out, Mordrick says that they cannot stop or they become immediately bankrupt. They're already bankrupt. There's a point where you lose so much money that you are insolvent. And them continuing to release that rather than releasing something good. Here's the thing. If Disney today released a new movie that was just another fun Disney movie, it would be successful. If it was an original creation that actually had a story, actually had characters that you could give a fuck about, that you didn't give a fuck about because they were XYZ, but because they were a well-written character, they would bounce back.
My favorite Disney princess movie is fucking Tangled, which is a newer Disney movie. But it's technically an original. It's following the old princess tale, but they put their own spin on it. And there wasn't
which they always did.
Which there wasn't a message really involved. It was along the lines of just, let's just have a fun story.
Moana, the original, was great.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next one's not going to be so good.
Yeah, it was a retake of Rapunzel, but it was still just like, it was an original telling of Rapunzel. Like, I'm fine with that.
Brave. Brave was great.
Brave was great.
But
I mean, despite how bad the animations were, Frozen wasn't that bad of a story.
Yeah, but the song needed every song in that. I hope.
I mean, it did exactly what it's supposed to be catchy.
It made me crave death.
It was exactly what it was supposed to be, catchy.
Yeah, but it still made me crave death. But the point being is, they were at least a story that people would like. Yeah. At least there was a story that was not. It was not a message. It was a story.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Like the first one, it was not a message. It was a story.
Yeah.
Unless you want to take the message as, don't marry the first guy that's nice to you.
That's a pretty good message.
It's a pretty good message.
It is a pretty good message. Trust, if a girl tried to marry me because I was nice to her for God, I was a piece of shit back then. I was going through trauma, everybody. I want you to understand. Dalton, you look extraordinarily serious, like you're contemplating whether or not you have to fart or shit, and I want to know what's going through your mind.
Oh, you want to know what's going through my mind right now?
Yes, please.
Let me see if I can share it.
That he hasn't seen a Disney movie in the past 6 years.
Dalton doesn't seem like a Disney person.
I don't think I have, honestly.
Dalton looks like a Disney adult. I don't know what you're talking about.
And Dalton looks like the biggest Disney fan. I bet you he has a pair of mouse ears in his closet.
I mean, old Disney
Only
movies
for role
were
play.
great.
Old, yeah. The old ones were fantastic.
The classics. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Here's the thing. I wish they would go back to that trend because they would first off be successful, and second off, we wouldn't be subjected to the abominations that they've been putting out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's tracking his new followers from the retweet. Thank you, Jesse.
No, actually, Jesse, thanks to you and everybody else who's kind of watched it, my brother's film that we covered last week, we interviewed them, is now sitting at number 2 on Screenbox out of the top 10. And it's right behind Terrifier 2, which Terrifier 3 comes out next month. So I was just looking at that and seeing where they were on that, and they're still at number 2. They've been at solid number 2 for I think 3 days now.
That's great.
Awesome.
Didn't you say that the who was it from Terrifier reached out to them?
Director
of Terrifier reached out to Matt and Tyler to say congratulations, right?
And that he was
going to watch it.
Yep. So
that's
cool
awesome.
Stuff. Cool stuff. So that's what I was looking at.
I think we should have more culture, like specific episodes.
I would love to interview people of culture like that. Like it was awesome.
Yeah,
it
was so much fun.
Next week,
men of culture. I want to
Samuel
interview
Jackson, only talking about Ahiago.
Yep, Jesse. I will tell you, her and her husband left an awesome review of Creeping Death on the film's IMDb page, and yeah,
that's
if you guys
awesome.
Go check out the film. Leave a review if you guys liked it.
Yeah.
If you guys don't, then don't leave a review. They already have enough of that.
Yeah, they have enough of that. Just don't leave one. Just if you loved it or you want to support them, throw them a good review. If you don't, I don't know, go have sex or something. Do anything other.
If you guys haven't seen last week's episode where we interviewed my brother and director Matt Sampier, go watch it. It's a really fun episode. It was one of our favorite episodes.
It was actually one of our favorites to do because it was not political. And
right. It was a breath of fresh air. It was something completely different for all of us.
Yes.
It was awesome.
Do you guys notice that we've talked more about culture this episode? There's a reason. It's so we don't commit toaster bath in Minecraft.
We got one last topic. Do you want to cover it for the last 9 minutes if you want to?
I do?
No, do we want to?
I mean,
it's a pretty big one.
Is it what was brought up in private chat?
It's the Trump second attempt assassination.
Well, we were gonna briefly cover it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, go for it. Go for it. Yeah, we have 8 minutes and 47. Yeah, no, go.
No pressure.
30 seconds.
Yeah, so I mean, there was a second attempt.
25.
This time at a golf course, Trump's international golf course in what was it? West. What was it? West Palm Beach.
West Palm Beach. Yeah.
Yeah, and just wild that they let it get that far. They stopped it, but it's just like.
Can I theory on this a little bit? Can I conspiracy theory?
Yeah, I'm sure most people who are watching this know about it already. So
because we streamed on my channel about that too.
That's true.
Because I'm one of those people that's just like I'm gonna go live.
Yeah, I considered it.
Yeah, you did. So my theory is, if anybody doesn't know, the guy was like a straight up. He was apparently affiliated in some way, shape, or form with Ukraine. Now, I want you to understand, the man stopped paying his child support. He stopped paying his child support because he couldn't afford it. He sold his really crappy $150,000 house to live in an $800 and some odd $1,000 bungalow in Hawaii. Weird how he could afford that. Then suddenly his girlfriend, who was working at Victoria's Secret, who could also, or fiance, who could also not afford a $800,000 bungalow in Hawaii, lost her job. So he was somehow paying for an $800,000 bungalow. I'm wondering where the money came from.
Well,
so
not only that, hold on. Before you even get to that, to dive a little bit deeper, he was arrested like, what, 100 times?
yeah,
No prison time.
none.
No jail time.
Always
Community
probation.
service. Yep, probation,
Yeah.
community service, stuff like that.
For mind you, having a full auto standoff with police. This screams asset to me.
That? Yeah.
This
Absolutely.
screams asset.
Yep.
This screams somebody that they saw as integral to something.
Yeah, corruptible to a degree,
Yeah.
and they can make them do whatever.
Yeah. This
Yep.
is this screams asset. This I'm sorry. That is my take. Here's the thing:
absolutely.
whether or not I'm right or wrong, YouTube, I am flat out saying this is a conspiracy theory, and I could very well be wrong. We don't know,
We
but
like to dabble in those a little bit.
I like
It's
to.
kind of crime to dabble in conspiracy theories.
No,
it's
it is.
sometimes fun.
Well, it is.
No,
if
no,
the name
it
is
is
Alex
now.
Jones. Yeah.
yeah, I don't care.
then your entire life is ripped away for absolutely.
Well, yeah. Dalton, do you have $1 billion?
I do not.
Well, you're
maybe-
need to pay $2 billion.
Yeah.
I got $1 million. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, you see, that's why he hates the poors.
I'm gonna need a small loan of.
I'm gonna need a small loan of $100 million, Dalton.
Right.
Yeah.
BRB. Let me get my wallet.
Awesome. He's just got it in cash, guys. But yes,
There's a
everybody.
reason he has back problems.
I think everybody knows about that.
Yeah.
I don't. Here's the thing: if you don't know about that, there's.
We haven't covered it on this podcast, so I figured I'd mention.
No,
it just
we
briefly.
didn't because we had the culture podcast.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
Yep. Yeah,
I
we're,
mean-
we're like behind 2 weeks. And
Do you want to
Thank
end on
God.
something? You want to end on something slightly more fun? Shell brought it up in the private chat.
Sure.
Wee Woo finally responding to one of your tweets.
No. Did she?
Did she?
I don't think she did.
Shell,
I-
did she?
Did she? That's what Shell
Did
said.
she, Shell? My God, if that's
I
the
don't-
case, it's
no.
a game changer, dude.
If we
It
would
would be.
respond in one of my tweets, I would know.
He would pee himself in chat.
That
I
is
would.
true.
I no. I would.
You would autism out like
I would
did
tiz
with
him out
Elon.
like you did with Elon.
She said no. I was guessing if that was what tax thing to share was.
No, that would
No.
be phenomenal.
No, that would be.
Man,
I would
sounds
be
bad.
crying right now. I would be crying.
Man,
Because we
Yeah.
lose
left this-
treasure.
we could have ended this
Yeah.
podcast on a
See,
high
Dimmy,
note.
Dimmy, you just made this and sad.
Sorry. So, you know what? Peanuts here.
Hold Peanut up. I will, however, end us on a happy note. I just want everybody to understand this. My daughter's birthday is coming up in 10 days because today is the 20th. So we are all going to Texas Roadhouse, and I will be getting steak. But not just that. Nay. We're celebrating my wife's aunt's birthday the same day. So we're going to Texas Roadhouse fucking twice.
in the same day.
In the same day. Fight me. Anyway, everybody.
All right.
Thank you for joining us for Insanity Developing.
Oh, hold on. We can't end it just yet.
You kitty.
Yeah, we
Boom,
can.
we haven't hit 100 yet. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
we
Yeah,
are-
we're at 100.
There we go.
Yes, there we go.
Oh,
Now,
hold on. That looks odd.
This dude keeps
Boom.
sleeping.
There we go.
Okay. Happy early birthday, Wednesday turtleneck. Thank you, everybody.
Wednesday turtleneck. I love that.
If you guys want to wish her a happy birthday, just on the 30th. Actually, because we're celebrating it all on the 28th. We're having dinner. So, we're having lunch. On the 28th, I don't know, tweet happy birthday and I'll show her. She'll probably get really excited about that.
Yeah, the 27th is next Friday, so we'll probably
28th. On the 28th is when we're doing it.
Yeah, but
So on the
27th is Friday,
28th, everybody,
which we're streaming, right?
everybody
What's
text.
that?
Are we
Everybody
streaming on the
20th.
28th or the
28th
27th?
is 27th. We're still streaming. Yeah. So on the 28th, 27th, we'll bring it up again. Yeah.
Cool.
But thank you everybody for joining me. If you want to follow Dalton, where can they find you?
You can find me at x.com/Dalton Sutton IO. The IO stands for input output.
And also, what other Twitter profile should they follow?
The Insanity Developing Podcast, which is at Insanity DevCast.
Thank you. Demi, where can people find you?
Holding this cat.
Fantastic. And you guys know where you could find me. It's there. Yeah, right. Yeah. At the Tactical Turt. Because
Just
it was too long character-wise.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
But,
it bothers me.
Just Turt.
Just Turt. Yeah. Turt.
That's his new name.
Turtle.